You are listening to the Global Psychosis Network.
Oh, I'm so horny. I hate it when they take commercial break. Nothing makes me wet like the Jimbo Trashy podcast. I touch myself every episode. I don't know how much longer I can wait. I'm gonna come so hard when they come back on the air. God, I love it when he says, "Welcome back." Oh, yeah. Oh, Jimbo. Ah.
You are listening to the Global Psychosis Network.
Welcome back to the Jimbo Trashy podcast. And for right now, it's time for this segment, it's time for the trash list. This is a list of people that are haters of the Jimbo Trashy podcast. I want to say, fuck you two. So on this podcast trash list, we have Medvedev. Medvedev, go fuck yourself. Also on the trash list, we got Always Sometimes. That's his handle. Go fuck yourself. Another one on the trash list here, we got Rape Choke. I like your name, but you're a faggot. Go fuck yourself, Rape Choke. You pedophile. Next on the trash list, we got Despotica. You were there last time. Welcome back, you faggot. And then also we got Captain Spastic, another shit talker of the Jimbo Trashy podcast, trying to run the good name of Jimbo Trashy through the mud. Go fuck yourself. Hope you die. Last year on the podcast, we have a fellow musician, but he's also a jealous bitch. Boltsy. Go fuck yourself. You made it on the Jimbo Trashy podcast, where we take out the trash all the time, every time. Go fuck yourself. So now that we took out the trash, it's time for some personal revenge stories. Do you guys have any personal revenge stories?
Revenge.
I have one. But I'm just curious if any of you
Go
guys
ahead,
have.
start telling yours. Maybe it'll spark something. I gotta think about it.
You guys might have heard this one, but I had a female friend that, was not sexually involved with, but just a female friend, back in high school. And she would come around and hang out on the weekends and shit. And I had a neighbor that lived about 2 or 3 houses down at the time. And she saw this girl coming over every weekend, right? So this girl and my female friend that came over had beef back in high school over some stupid, dumb shit that I don't even give a fuck about, But this neighbor chick hated that chick and assumed that my female friend that came over on the weekends was my girlfriend. So she decided to get together with her girlfriend one night. They get in she gets in her raised truck.
Right.
And decides to egg my Thunderbird.
Oh, no.
So they drive down the street, and they fucking egg my car. And unfortunately for them, I happened to be walking down the driveway at the time. I don't remember what I was doing, just walking down the driveway, probably going to the liquor store or something. And I happened to see this truck pull up, which I recognize as the neighbor's truck. I see a girl fucking lob a fucking egg, or I didn't know what it was at the time, but an object. And then I fucking see them, at my car though, and I see them take off, giggling.
You're telling me this is your neighbor? This
is my neighbor. I mean, not anymore, but back then. This is
Right.
This is probably, what was it now, 12 years ago now.
Mm-hmm.
12 or 13 years ago.
So they obviously don't bone out and go back home. They're your neighbor. They're fucking leaving the house.
Yeah, they took off. They did it on their way out. They're probably going to go to a party or something.
Yeah.
They stopped by real quick and then took off. So I ran out there to see what the fuck it was, and I see an egg all over my fucking driver's side door.
Yikes.
So I'm like, what the fuck, dude? So I run back in the house to grab something to wipe it off and hose it off or whatever. And by the time I get back out there, it already ate the paint. So it already did the job.
Oh my god.
So I'm like, what the fuck, dude? And at this point, I already knew that the neighbor and this chick that I knew had beef. So I put it together. I put 2 and 2 together. I'm like, okay, she must have egged my car because she thinks I'm with that chick. So that really pissed me off because I'm not even fucking that girl. If I was fucking that girl, fine,
Yeah.
The price you pay for some pussy. I wasn't even getting the pussy,
Right.
So that pissed me the fuck off. So the next night, they have a fucking party, a house party. And they're fucking just they have a DJ there, and I can hear him on the microphone. Yeah, fuck those fucking pieces of shit down the street. We fucking egged their cars. We're fucking gonna fuck them up. Yeah, fuck this chick. Fuck that guy. Blah blah blah. Going on.
Wait a second. You are hearing this. And this party. Okay, so this party is down the street.
It's like 2 houses down.
At what? The freaking.
No, just 2 houses this way. To the two houses east.
So they're your neighbors,
Uh-huh.
and they drove their truck 2 houses east to go party?
No, No, they drove. No, I'm saying this is a different night.
She had a party.
Oh, this is a different night.
The next,
okay.
yeah, the
My
next
bad.
night.
Okay, I'm sorry.
The next night they had a party and they were kind of like gloating over what they
Sure,
did.
okay.
Yeah, we
So-
egged his car.
And they're doing this on the
But-
microphone. With
Yeah, because they had a DJ in the backyard.
The people are cheering like, yeah, fuck
Just like,
those
yeah,
fools.
woo, yeah, you know, just going
Oh
off
my
about
god.
it.
Okay.
So I'm over here.
I could kind of see where this is going.
So I'm over, and I'm at home. I hear this shit, you know, and plus I hear the dum dum dum
Yeah.
the music and shit. So I'm just like, these motherfuckers, dude. But I'm like, you know what? I'm not gonna go there. I'm not gonna resort to their violence. I'm not gonna resort to their vandalism. I'm not gonna like do it their style.
Yeah,
I'm gonna do it my
obviously these
style.
are a couple dumb broads that.
Yeah.
You're not gonna sink to their
yeah,
level.
Exactly.
Well, I'm gonna sink below their level, but just not when they know about it.
There it is.
So what happened is they did their little gloat over egging my car. I guess they did donuts on the girl's front lawn. Just like
Nice.
totally
Nice.
fucked up the front
Nice.
yard and shit.
Yeah. Karma.
Like just fucked it up
Karma
big time, you know.
police.
They did her way worse than they did me, but I'm a vindictive bastard, right?
Sure.
So
You didn't get your blows in yet.
yeah, so this is around the time. This is like probably April, May. So I waited till like June after we get our yearbooks, right? So she was a senior, I was a junior. So she was a senior. She got her yearbook with her senior portrait and all that. So I get the yearbook and I go to my buddy Evil One's place and I scan her senior yearbook photo. And we put it in Photoshop and I put a border around it, make it look all like professional and shit. And I put a quote. It says, "Hi, I'm Tina and I have HIV." And then below that, I put www.aidsinfected.com to make it look like an awareness flyer, you know,
Yeah.
instead of like a fucking diss.
Yeah.
Then I had him make a bunch of sticky copies of it, you know,
Sticky copies.
like this where you could slap tag it somewhere. We made like 500 copies of this shit.
Wow.
I gave it to like everyone I knew, and I told them to give it to everyone they knew.
Yeah.
And I told them to spread it anywhere you possibly can, dude. So we had him at McDonald's in Torrance. We had him in fucking Hermosa Beach. We had him in fucking Redondo Beach, Manhattan Beach, like all over the place, right?
This is quite the mission that you.
Yes. This is a great revenge story.
So within 24 hours, I hear through the grapevine that, oh, Tina sold a flyer. Someone like ripped one off the wall in Hermosa Beach and gave it to her and showed her what happened. Supposedly she's in like hysterics and shit. So
yes.
that girl never fucked with me ever again. In fact, she gained like 30 pounds after this happened. And then she fucking moved away and I've never seen her again.
Nice.
Her mom still lives there, but she fucking
beautiful,
she
James.
blew the fuck
You
up.
drove
after
that bitch out of
James,
state.
It was beautiful. It's a beautiful
creative.
thing. It's a beautiful thing. The revenge plots. It's a
Yeah.
beautiful thing.
How great would it be if she was like to her 20-year reunion, and oh Tina, I'm so glad to hear you're still alive. I heard you had AIDS.
Yeah. Wow, you must be on the Magic Johnson program, aren't you?
I would love to just hear how many times she had explained to people, I'm not on fucking
HIV
any sort of medication. I don't have AIDS. I don't have HIV. I don't know who did it, but someone fucking did this.
Someone that was gonna plot some revenge against this dumbass bitch that ate his fucking car.
You know?
So anyway,
Fucking eggs. Eggs. I hope it was worth your dozen egg fucking that you ruined.
Yeah.
anyways, I was just curious. Do you guys any personal revenge stories that compare?
God, man, I was trying to think of like personal revenge stories to say, you know, like thinking about it, you know, and the only thing I could think of are like revenge for me equals getting in a fight with somebody, you
Yeah.
know, like fucking at a party or something, you know. So like, I don't know, man. Like,
See, I think if you fuck with your reputation, that's even worse.
it is. No,
Yeah.
that's a great. I have nothing on that level. Like, at least right now, I can't think of it, you know. I'm trying to dig back into, like, middle school or high school, thinking of something I could do to, like, because, you know, I probably did. I probably had some dumb bitch fucking think she was funny and say something at school, or, like, some fucking dude who thought he was funny and fucking thought he was a bully or something like that. That's what I'm saying. It either ended in violence or some way just fucking wreaking havoc on somebody. You know, but gosh, man, all those energy drinks have fucking edged my mind, bro. I can't fucking remember.
Okay,
I don't
well,
have any. I can't
nothing
think
for
of
you?
Any crazy revenge
Ah,
stories.
man, somebody's got to. God, we might have to go on unless Dustin's got one. And I'll think
You
of
know,
one
he'll-
before the show's over.
Might come back later on. Give
I
it
got
a
my
little bit of
plots, but you know.
Dustin's,
You're still in the incubation
Dustin's been
phase.
planting
was still
seeds
plotting.
yet, but fucking the roots are still taking hold.
I gotta let go of that revenge stuff, you know.
Dude, talk about some sort of, I won't say this is a revenge story, but definitely some sort of maybe he's trying to like avenge Satan or something. I don't know. This dude on 12/12/12, that was, what was that, yesterday, right?
Yeah.
It was like, you know, some sort of like satanic fucking occult numerologic, if that's even a word, some sort of fucking special date that's never going to happen again, you know? There's never going to be a 13/13/13, you know? So it's the last date where it's like repetitive. Anyways, this crazed father carved a pentagram into his 6-year-old son's back or some shit, or chest. And then he smeared the blood on his door. And then when the cops came to arrest him, because his wife like was like panicking, "What are you doing?" He said, "I shed some innocent blood." And he calmly said this to the fucking dispatcher, you know? So I'm trying to see here where he inscribed it.
That guy deserves to be locked up for it.
Yeah, he's in jail now. And the funny, you would think he'd be some like crazy, like long black-haired Marilyn Manson looking guy. He looks like some regular fucking old Joe that fucking like, hey, you know, here's your car,
got
you
a
know?
couple screws loose, you know?
Yeah, he just looks like a mechanic or something, you know?
Yeah. I had at work last week actually. Excuse me, actually at the little company down the street. There was a woman that was a patient in the hospital. She had cancer. She's about 73 or 74 years old. My coworker came into work and all the patients were being monitored, and they have a camera in the room just to keep an eye on the patient, make sure they don't try to get out of bed, fall, or anything like that. But yeah, she was terminally ill, had cancer. Her husband comes in, and normal day at work, he comes in, closes the door, puts a door stop underneath the door so you can't really open the door, pulls out a gun, shoots his wife in the head, and then after that takes the gun and shoots himself in the head.
Oh.
Yeah. And my coworker,
This is that little company?
at Little Company, and my coworker, he works at Little Company and at Torrance. Here's the first gunshot, and everyone starts freaking out. He looks at the camera, sees the guy putting the gun down after shooting his wife in the head, and then he's sitting there watching the camera and watches him put the gun to his face, pulls the trigger, and drops. Unfortunately, the guy doesn't die. He killed his wife with the first shot, but he put the gun underneath his chin. The bullet actually just went through his through his mouth and exited his cheekbone. But his wife was DNR, which is do not resuscitate, so she was already done after that gunshot. But they end up booting the door open, and they tried to revive him, and after about 15 minutes, they called it, and he had passed away. But
Good.
he left a note saying that they had been married. They were together since high school, and I guess he knew that his wife, after a patient goes DNR, where she didn't have much time left. But I guess in the note he said that he couldn't live without her, and that he didn't want to see her suffer. So he ended her life, and then after that ended his life. But
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of like
It's a poetic way to go out.
yeah,
Wait, so what? She had cancer or something?
yeah,
you're saying?
she had cancer, and she wasn't doing too good. The doctors had said that she might had a
So
couple weeks left. But I mean, in a way, I'm kind of like, I'm kind of glad that her suffering is over. And
So do you think maybe somewhere, do you think that she told him, like, I just want to die,
possibly.
Makes me scared to get married.
But put it this, know this right here, that in Oregon, okay, I think still to this day it's the only state that it allows assisted suicide is legal.
Washington.
Okay. Oh, is Washington another one? So what that means is, okay, you can't just be you or me or Dustin or Luke over. We can't just go to a doctor and go, I want to die, kill me. Which is kind of what Dr. Kevorkian was known for. But actually, what Dr. Kevorkian did was what is legal in Oregon and Washington. Okay, so what it is these terminally ill people, okay, that have AIDS, cancer, any form of some kind of disease that is absolutely incurable.
Hold that note.
Yes.
We'll be right back on the Jimbo Trashy
I'll explain
podcast.
later.
You are listening to the Global Psychosis Network.
Welcome back to the Jimbo Trashy podcast. So before Mike Checker was rudely interrupted by these commercial breaks, let's go back to where you were at.
You know, these people are lucky they're paying us lots of money for these commercial breaks because that was rude. But anyways, so yeah, and what I'm about to talk about is detailed in any kind of research you want to do on the internet, but there's also 2 or 3 documentaries out on about it now. Like I said, Washington I didn't know about, but there's Oregon was the first state to pass, and there's actually a documentary called How to Die in Oregon, or How to Kill Yourself in Oregon. I think it's the first. But anyways, it goes on to explain about this very controversial situation, and it's pretty much split down the line 50-50, you know, people who believe in it and people who don't. But I guess when it comes down to people who are in the situation and who have loved ones, okay, that are suffering, you know, they choose the side of where Oregon is gone. So what happens is if you have...
It's legal in Oregon, Washington, and Montana.
In Montana now, okay.
Now, when you say assist somebody in suicide, does that mean you tie the rope around their neck and you push them off the cliff?
No,
euthanize them, you
yeah,
know?
exactly. What it is if you have cancer, you have AIDS, you have any kind of debilitating disease or injury, which is absolutely 100% incurable, and you are going to die.
Yeah, they have to be at least 6 months or less is their timeline.
And I mean, they've actually, this is, I think, passed somewhere in 05 or 06, the Oregon, and since then I'm sure they've developed way more guidelines and laws to it. But what it comes down to is you are going to die, okay? The problem is that there's a lot of people who are slated 6 months. You have 6 months to live, and they go on to live 4, 5, 6, 10 more years,
yeah.
Right? That happens. So that's where the controversy comes into play, where people don't like this. But anyways, what you do is, in these states, some people go and you have to have citizenship in these states. You can't just fly to Oregon and see a doctor there and do it. You know, you have to. So people that are going to know they're terminally ill will go buy a house in Oregon, Washington, Montana, and however long it takes to secure your residency, you know, they go there and live there, secure the residency. Then you could go do this.
Yeah, it says right here that it's a prescription that you take 2 pills orally.
Yeah, so
and
like
you have to take them yourself.
What? No, there's actually there's 2 different ways they do it. So the first, okay, so what happens is you go to your doctor, okay, and you get treated. They try to cure you, you know, and you find out there's nothing we could do. They give you a time limit, okay. So people usually in all other 47 states, they have to sit there for that time limit and slowly rot away and die, right? And their families, and here's a big part of it, is their families are sitting there, okay, spending money. Even though this person's going to die, they still have to pay money for medication, for diapers, for nurses, for the cleanup, for the just travesty that's happening in front of them, you know? Meanwhile, this patient is suffering and in pain, and it's just like, what the point comes down to is, why do this? A, to the family, you save a lot of money financially, okay? B, you save this person's mind, his peace, his or her peace, you know, they could go out without going through, like, because when you get to the end, you know, it just becomes very ugly and very painful and just.
So what's the assisted part of it?
So what happens is you go and you have to sign this contract.
The person that's dying does?
And and a doctor, usually people are the ones who go do this now. They know about it, so they approach the doctors, but some doctors put it out there. You know, we could do this for you. And so they have to sign this contract, okay, that says they want to do this. And basically...
So if they don't do it, will they sue the dead body? Or
No. Like
they don't sign the contract?
Legal liability,
the contract is
you
for
know,
the hospital. The contract is for the hospital,
I'm
so
just fucking
the
around.
family can't sue the hospital or the doctors.
Yeah.
You know, like, oh, you killed my grandpa, whatever. So what they do is they take this person, and like Luke said, you go straight up to a pharmacy and you get a prescription, okay? And you get this big pill bottle, and it's weird, like the way I was seeing it be done. You get this pill bottle. It's full of pills, okay, like a bunch of pills. This pill bottle is death in a bottle, okay? So what a lot of people do is they get this, they get their prescription, they put it in their bag, and they put it away like in their safe, okay? And it's just there, and they know my pills are there. I could kill myself any day, you know? And so a lot of people struggle with it. They don't know for sure, but it's an option, right? So they go through, and then what happens is they get treated, and maybe they start feeling better, and they start going, oh shit, I don't want to do this anymore, you know? And you don't, that's the thing, it's like, you don't, okay, I got my prescription, you have to kill yourself now, you know? It just sits there. But then people start deteriorating, and the family, and they start seeing it, so then they start going, okay, you know, I want to use this now, let's do it. And basically what happens is you go into a room, they have these people, they're not even really doctors in a sense, they're like these people that work for this assisted suicide program, and they come over.
You're making like $10 an hour.
And they make a cocktail out of these pills, okay? Straight up, what I saw happen in this documentary is the whole family goes and gets to the house, and they all know.
Sits there.
Daddy, mommy, grandpa, grandma,
their
they're about to
bedside,
kill
watch them
themselves.
Going
you know?
away party, dude.
It's exactly what it is, you know?
Ultimate going away party right
And
there.
they take all these pills, and it's so weird. I would figure they would have a better way to do it, but I think it's to make sure that someone can't just pop a pill by accident and like, oh, what are these, pop it and kill themselves. There's like 100 pills, and you take the pill and you gotta break it. They're capsules, and you break them in half, and there's powder inside, and you dump it, and you do it with like 100 pills, and you just do this, and then you get
Or you can just take a gun and blow your brains out.
it's either water or milk or something, and you stir it. And once you start stirring it, though, you have to, like, that's it. Like, there's like a 3 or 6 minute time limit to where it's effective, okay? And once you start like putting it in, you start stirring it, and it costs like 20 grand or something like that, or 10 grand. So once you're doing this, you know, like you're starting the process.
I like how it's like 10 or 20 grand. You think these people
I
like
don't know,
That's
it's
a
something
lot
like
of
that.
money,
Yeah,
right?
I don't know, but it is. It's really
Say
expensive.
Go out the old-fashioned
And
way.
I think I'm pretty sure too. Like no insurance companies want to touch it, you know. So like they have to come up with their own money for this crap. So what happens is they tell them too, you know, it's weird. It tastes like wood, I guess. This drink, this fucking death drink. It's so crazy. It's like poison, and it's this death drink. And they say it tastes really bad and wormy and woody or something like that. And they tell them, you know, like the best thing to chase it with is like a Pepsi or a Coke or a grape juice or something like that. So like these people basically have their last meal and their last drink. And you have to chug this drink. You chug it. You can't sip it and be like, boom. You have to like, put it all down, and then you chug your drink. And then you sit and you wait. For some people, it takes like 10 minutes. For other people, it takes an hour. And you're sitting there, and like it's basically like what they do in
You
jail.
just start getting really tired and just go to sleep.
It's
You
like
just
what in
never
jail,
wake
how
up?
they inject you and euthanize you in jail when you get the death penalty. It's kind of the same thing. You start feeling really good, I guess. Like it puts you in a euphoric phase, and then it puts you to sleep, you know, and you're still alive, and you're sitting there and you go to sleep, and then eventually it takes over and kills you. you know? And these people and your family sits there, and they sit there in the room with you, whoever the person that's killing themselves wants to be there. And you sit there and you watch this guy die, this relative die of yours. And then afterwards they have like a party afterwards, like
celebration of
yeah,
life, right?
Like
there.
fucking his pain is free.
So
do you think this is okay? I mean, do you think that they should legalize this in California?
You know, I think if somebody wants to die, dude, fucking let them. But I tell you what, if I wanted to kill myself, my way is dropping some LSD, jumping off a skyscraper, and jerking off on the way down. That's what I'm gonna do.
Jerking off.
Yeah, if I'm gonna.
That sounds pretty euphoric to me. Right?
So I can come before I hit the ground and shit.
Yeah.
You know, there's so many like people want to blow their brains out. There's so many people who do that and fail. You know, and then like now you're left
put it
with
right between your eyes, dude. You ain't gonna feel right there.
I mean,
these
you
people that
think
put it
about-
right here or like to their side. Like, what are you doing, dude?
Like that teenager, I don't think he was to say he was 22 years old, but I mean he, out in Oregon, shows up to a mall with an AR-15 and just
Jacob Tyler Roberts.
just starts blowing people away, you know, and pretty much forces the authorities to kill him, you know, like, yeah, that's, I mean. I
What's
don't
up
know.
with this? Isn't it been a weird couple months, dude? Like everyone's like killing themselves and other people right before they go.
Did you hear about the Justin Bieber, the murder castration plot to kill Justin
what
Bieber?
castration? I
They
did not
said that
hear
he
about
wanted-
Wait,
that.
hold on.
They
I might
said-
want to donate to the cause.
A New Mexico inmate and ex-convict on probation and his nephew are under investigation for plotting to castrate and murder pop singer Justin Bieber, according to authorities.
So first I want to cut off his balls. Let him live for a little bit. Then kill him.
I mean, you really have to hate Justin Bieber. I don't
Right?
know what he did to
I saw
him,
this
but-
last night.
I thought he was already castrated. Though.
I saw this last night, and I was thinking, like, dude, who are you people?
Wow.
To like, you're just so like crazy that like you want to kill this little kid.
Like killing Mickey
Like,
Mouse.
What do you,
Come on.
What do you,
Hey, what are you doing?
what do you get out of it? Like, I would get.
Watch it, buddy.
I would get if you
Yeah.
want to kidnap him and hold a ransom and get paid out of it. Would you just want to kill this guy?
He makes a hit song. I just fucking
right,
hate
you
it.
know, like fucking my daughter is in love with him. And it's the crazy
Can't
dad
take
with the
looking at his
shotgun.
posters anymore, you
It's the
know?
crazy dad with the shotgun to the 10th degree. You know, like come on, dude. Like wow.
Oh, Justin Bieber. Damn.
What is up with these people though? Like, I swear to God, like Jovan Belcher and now this Oregon dude.
Oh, man.
Why is everyone just like fucking? They must be taking that
End of the
December
world, bro.
21st
End
shit
of the
to heart,
world.
man.
Yeah.
Like, fuck it. Do we got like 1 week left? I gotta do something. Fuck.
the
What I
end
do?
of
What I
the
do? What I do?
world.
I know. I'll kill somebody.
You know. Yeah. Why kill your fucking self, you prick? You know, like go out with a bang, but like.
And then you have what was that guy's name? The fucking.
Let fucking God or fucking space, whoever is the one that's gonna be killing us, do his fucking work. We don't need your hand in it, you know. Kill yourself.
And then you have I think it was Bob Costas or whoever the fuck works for NBC saying, "Well, if we banned guns, it would have never happened." Like, I forgot. I think it was him, but someone said that from like NBC or some shit.
Get out of here.
Yeah,
I know.
caught
Oh yeah.
fire for that.
Oh, if we didn't have a gun, oh, you're so lucky to have a gun, dude. I would totally kill you if it wasn't for me not having a gun.
Well, just like those Colorado murders in the movie theater, they were talking about if we had a concealed weapon law that we don't have. You know, if we were allowed to carry concealed weapons, I guarantee you that wouldn't have happened. He would have pulled his gun out on the first movie theater, and everybody in the theater would have went, chick, chick, chick. Hey, buddy, put the AK-47 down.
With perfect aim.
You know,
and police
like,
training.
give me a break, dude. Like, people just, you know.
Well,
I don't
don't
know
get
if
me
you
wrong,
wanna call
I-
them rednecks, but
I do kind of wish I could carry a gun anywhere I go.
yeah. Well, aren't you on the path to that?
Well, I have an open carry license, but I don't have a concealed carry. You can't get a concealed carry unless you're like gonna be in the FBI or some shit, or you're some sort of force in law enforcement. I can do an open carry, but what good is it to have a gun on your holster when people think, oh, okay, I won't fuck with them. What you want to do is have it concealed so someone can act stupid and you pull it out and say, what? You still want to act stupid? You know? And then the law's on your side because, you know, you have the license or whatever the fuck a license mean. What does that even mean? You know what my license was when I got in the mail? It was a piece of paper that I could have fucking made in Photoshop, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had to laminate it myself. They didn't even give you a laminated card, you know? A little piece of paper, dude. If I spilt something on it, there goes your license, dude.
It's America, dude.
What happened to the days when, you know, back in the wild, wild west, everyone carrying around, you know, everyone had a handgun.
I know. How did it fail us back then?
Yeah.
It seems like back then it was almost safer. You had like the one sheriff in town. That's all you needed back then. Okay, guys, we're going to another commercial break. We'll be right back on the Jimbo Trashy podcast.
Check out the latest sounds from the occult experimental rock project, Elvis on Acid, with their second album release, Prehistoric Psychonaut.
With historic obligations, we've come so far. We're cutting away the spiritual line. We'll take consolation, they don't care who you are. You're damning us to hell, it's written in the stars.
Follow Elvis on Acid on Twitter, @Elvis on Acid. Go to youtube.com/Elvis on Acid to hear the latest. Global Psychosis Entertainment, Dark Jam Records, and Elvis on Acid are not responsible for any violent revolutions, drug overdoses, or attempted suicides that may occur after listening. This ad has been brought to you by Global Psychosis Entertainment and Dark Jam Records. Copyright 2012.